Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining this workout session. My name is Emma McLaughlin. I'm a master's student here in the Health and Wellness Lab at the University of Calgary, and I'm also a fitness instructor for many of our ACE, or Alberta Cancer Exercise classes. Today, I'm going to be taking us through a workout. We have 3 circuits with 3 exercises in each. We will be posting the workout plan in the description below. There is also a Spotify playlist down there. So if you want to listen to your own music, feel free. If you want to listen to a playlist that we've made for this class, you can also check it out there. Few disclaimers. Make sure that you are nice and warm for this class. I'll be jumping right into the workout portion, but you can check out some of our other warm-ups on our YouTube channel. Also, listening to your body first and my voice second is super important throughout this exercise class. I will be providing us with a few modifications, but if there's something else that you know will feel better for your body, I really encourage you to take that. Listening to how you're feeling today, adjusting as needed. The great thing about these classes is you can pause at any point in time. So if you need more time, if you want more recovery, if you want to rewind to hear what I said, you can do that. Or you can speed me up and jump right into the workout, totally up to you. But just check in with how you're feeling. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can let us know or email us at wellnesslab@ucalgary.ca. So without further ado, we are going to get into our workout. Circuit 1, we have 3 exercises. Exercise number 1, we are coming into a squat or squat variation. So with my squat, feet hip distance apart, shoulder distance are a little wider. You decide what feels right in through your body. From here, weight is into my heels. Inhale to lower, exhale, coming up to a standing position. So you can stick here with your squat. If you want a little more today, you can add a knee drive in. Okay, so this is a balance challenge. I exhale as I come up, take a few seconds, knee drives up, inhale, reset back down. Okay, other option is a seated leg extension. So core is on, exhale, squeezing through my quad, inhale, I reset. Okay, those are the first options for exercise number 1. We're then going to move into an upper body exercise, which is a row. So your choice here, if you want to do 1 arm or 2 arms at a time, weights, bands, no weights or bands, you decide. Coming into that hip hinge position. So hips and glutes go back, arms down in front, exhale, arm and elbow comes up and back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. So 1 arm at a time, chest nice and proud, or 2 arms squeezing those shoulder blades together. I know some people like coming into that bent over position from a bench or a couch. You can find yourself there as well. With our band, we can stand on our band. Same thing, just like we did with our weights. Exhale, we come up, or seated position, making sure that that band isn't going to slip off that foot, and we row back. Okay, so we can do our bent over row, seated row, whatever feels good for you. And then we're going to end with some cardio. So I have jumping jacks, low jacks, same thing from our seated position, or any other cardio of choice. Okay, if you want some more time, feel free to listen to all of that again. Otherwise, I'm going to jump us in right away. We're going to go through 50 seconds of each exercise here. We're going to do each circuit 2 times through. Alrighty, team, are we ready to go? Woohoo! Round of applause all the way around. We're going to get started with exercise 1, that's squat. Squat with a knee drive or seated leg extension. Time is on in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So rolling those shoulders down and back. Weight in those heels. I exhale, coming up to that standing position. So maybe we're getting warm. We see how this squat feels. And if it's feeling okay, adding that knee drive in. So you can see we're focusing on that nice, slow control movement as we come into that knee drive, making sure that we're nice and reset before we drop down to that squat. Halfway right there, checking in with how you're doing, listening to your body first. Awesome job, team. This one also challenging in through that core. Amazing work. 10 seconds left. I'm going to come back to my squat. We are almost there. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Getting out of there, giving those legs a shake. Awesome work. Up next, we are finding ourselves in that row. So again, option to do 2 arms, 1 arm, whatever feels best for you. You can switch throughout. You can always drop those weights or bands as needed. We'll get going here in 3, 2, 1. Time is on. So I'm hinged at those hips. We can come to that staggered stance position, one foot slightly in front of the other, keeping that nice neutral gaze and spine. Exhale, arm comes up and back. So from the front, my shoulders are nice and squared off. Exhale, up and back. Nice work. So if you're looking for a bit more of a challenge here today, we can pause up at the top, halfway. So we add an extra little squeeze and slowly lower down. Keeping a soft bend in those elbows as we lower so we don't fully extend out. We keep a nice soft bend in through there. Just like that, team. We got 10 seconds left. Channeling in through that breath. Exhale, we come up. Inhale down for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Get those weights out of there. Now we are coming into cardio. So if you're ready, you can transition into that cardio right away when you know it's coming. Get a few extra seconds in. Otherwise, I'll start that timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So when you know that cardio is coming, option to jump in right away or take more time, whatever you need. This is our low jack variation, our full jumping jack. You can also do that from a seated position. One of my favorite ways to do this is to do a full jumping jack and then 2 low jacks. I kind of get the little best of both worlds there. Woo, go team, go. We are halfway. I'm gonna join us from that seated position here. Same movement if that feels okay. You can also bring those arms to that height and to that range of motion that feels right for you today. Nice work, team. Woo, 10 seconds left here. Incredible job. Got a little break coming up after this. In 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work, everybody. Getting out of there. Round 1 of circuit 1 is done. Grabbing some water. Maybe you're giving your shoulders a little roll. Incredible. So now is the time when we're going into round 2. I often like to think about or encourage you to think about, how did round 1 feel? Do you need more? Do you need less? Do you need to stay right where you are? You decide, okay? If that felt really good with the squats, option to add a weight. So we can hold that weight at chest height, if that feels okay. Even as we add that knee drive in, we could also hold that in between our legs as we stay here with that squat if you're looking for a little more. Alrighty, team. If you need some more time, you pause me. Otherwise, I'm going into round 2 of circuit 1 in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So squat with a knee drive, squat or a seated leg extension. Yeah, and you can see taking that nice slow control movement, really focusing on resetting those feet back down to the ground. Amazing work. Looking so strong today. I'm going to come to that seated leg extension, rolling those shoulders down and back. Exhale, squeezing through that quad. Inhale, reset. With this one, just finding the height that feels right today. A bit lower, a bit higher. Amazing work. Alrighty, I missed that halfway mark, but fear not, team. We've got 10 seconds to go. Ooh, we've just been crushing it this whole time. Alrighty, here we go for 3, 2, and 1. Getting out of there, giving those legs that shake out. We are transitioning into that row. It's that single arm, double arm row. You decide where you want to be. Time is on in 3, 2, 1, and go. So this row really working in through our backs here. Might be finding this in between those shoulder blades, those rhomboid muscles here. Really focusing on that squeeze, that nice slow control inhale to reset. Again, that staggered stance if that feels better. Fantastic. We are halfway. I'm going to switch to that single arm. Find this bent over position, keeping that back nice and stable, nice and flat here. Nice slow control movement. Amazing. 10 more seconds here, team. Again, we are doing 50 seconds here today. Nice work. 3, 2, and 1. Getting out of there. You know what time it is, cardio. So again, choice is yours. You can transition into that cardio right away. Or if you want a few more seconds, You take what you need. I'm ready to groove. Alrighty, let's get going. In 3, 2, 1, time is on. Woohoo! So those jumping jacks, low jacks, or any other cardio of choice that feels right, that feels good here. Amazing. Just moving and grooving, as I like to say, in the way that feels good. Finding that intensity, that speed, faster than me, slower than me, wherever you are. Amazing. Looking so strong. Just like that, we are halfway through our second cardio of the day. We have cardio again in circuit number 2. You'll see that very soon. Amazing. Maybe this is the chance you roll those shoulders down and back. Check in with how you're doing. Woo! Team, 5 seconds to go. For 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Woohoo! Rocking it today. If you joined my classes before, you know I like to end each circuit with a high five to represent the circuit number that we're on. So circuit 1 is done. That's 1 high five, 1 pat on the back. Maybe you're shaking that out. I like to keep those legs moving and encourage you to keep the body moving if it feels okay for you. It doesn't need to be fast. We just keep ourselves moving around. Awesome. Okay, grabbing some water, taking whatever you need. As you're doing that, I'm going to demonstrate circuit number 2. If you want, you can also come and practice your balance. Maybe your body's craving some type of movement here. You take it while I demo. Okay, we got 3 new exercises here. The first one is a side leg kick. So I'll show you from the side and from this front on position, coming onto one leg, soft bend here. This outside leg is going to be moving. So I'm going to angle those toes inwards. Exhale, I lift up to the side. Inhale, slowly reset. So from this outside position here, exhale, I lift. Inhale, coming down. So we're really working on the sides of our glutes, our glute medius, and really focusing on that nice, slow control movement. Choice is yours if you're switching halfway or sticking on that same leg the entire time. We're then going to come into a balance with an optional upper body movement. So balance alone, I know few people in my classes like to come into that single leg balance or tree pose balance. So you can stay here, right here, work on that balance, or that's our static version, or coming into our dynamic version of that heel toe balance. So using those hands for support, we walk heel toe forwards and backwards if it feels okay. If you're looking for a little more and want to challenge that upper body, with our row, we worked our back muscles. We're going to come into a chest press to work our chest muscles. So with our band, that band comes underneath our shoulders here. We find our proper position, elbows at our side body, exhale, hands coming straight out in front of my chest, inhale, reset back down. Okay, so I can work here. Same thing if you're coming with weights. So same setup, exhale, come out, inhale, back down. So how this could look, if you want to combine the movement, you don't need to. So if you want to work on balance, you can, or if you're feeling more of this chest workout today, you can also come there or combine it. I can come to that single leg balance and work here with that chest press or adding some tandem walk balance in here. Okay, so that is a bit of a trickier combo movement. You decide if you want it or not. Then you guessed it, we're coming into some cardio. So I have 2 in, 2 out. So a quick feet cardio. I imagine that I'm stepping in, out of a box, in, out, driving those arms, or any other cardio of choice. We have invisible jumping rope, high knees, bum kicks, speed skaters. I know you all love to choose your favorite cardio, so listening to your body. Alrighty, so as always, if any of those options don't feel good, you can modify to anything else that might feel right within your body. If you know it's something that feels better. If you want some more time, you pause me right here and you join back in when you're ready. Okay, otherwise we are gonna get going with circuit number 2 very soon, but first we're gonna do some high fives all around. Time is on with that side leg kick in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So core is also really working here to help keep us nice and tall. So this is also a balance challenge in here. So that nice slow control movement, inhale, that leg lowers. So coming up to the height that feels good for you, Doesn't matter how high or how low. Staying nice and tall. If you're wanting more of a challenge, you can come off of that wall halfway. Choice is yours, team, if you're staying on that leg or switching, okay? A good rule of thumb, if you're getting halfway and you're thinking, wow, I can't do this much longer, I really need to switch, you switch. If you're getting halfway and you're like, maybe I can take a few more seconds, then you try it out. You keep going. Amazing work, team. I'm chatting away, but we've got 3, 2, 1. Woo, really starting to feel that in that working leg and that supporting leg. It's a double whammy. That's why it's one of my favorites. Okay, we are gonna move into our balance exercise with the optional chest press. So I'll demo that combined movement again for this next 50 seconds in case you wanna see it. Getting set up, we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So taking a few seconds to set up for balance first. I like to keep a soft bend in the standing leg, squeezing the glute of that standing leg. Focusing on a stationary point. You can stay right here. I'm going to turn to the side. If it feels good, you can add that chest press in. As we exhale, as those arms come away, inhale to reset. That's halfway. You can stay on that leg or switch. Now this is an extra balance challenge because we're adding that movement in. Our upper body, those arms moving away from our core, from our center, making this a bit more difficult. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get out of there. Awesome job, team. Cardio is up, so you're either transitioning in right away if you want a few extra seconds. Otherwise, that timer's going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I'm going to find that 2 in, 2 out, so you can speed it up, slow it down. Again, we can find our seated position here. If you want, whether you're seated or standing, maybe you're adding some upper body punches in. Takes a lot of coordination for me, so I'm sticking with driving those arms, finding that breath, that inhale and exhale. That is halfway. Listening to your body here is always, team, taking what you need, adjusting accordingly. So strong, all of you. Thank you for joining me here today. We have 7 seconds to go, keeping us on our toes with that time. We've got 3, 2, and 1. So keeping the body moving if it feels okay, especially when we're coming in from cardio. Amazing work, team. Round 1 of circuit 2 is done. Grabbing some water, taking whatever you need here. Woo, alrighty. So just like we did for circuit 1, check in with how you're feeling. Do we need more? Do we need less? Are we happy right where we are? You decide. You can always come back to any other movement that feels good for you. Maybe some shoulder rolls, some deep breaths, you decide. We are going to come back in to circuit 2, round 2. If you didn't, or if you did one leg the whole time and didn't switch, then you're going to go to the other leg this time so that you get to work both of those glutes equally. And we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, time's on. I'm going to turn to this angle as I need my support. So soft bend. Exhale, we lift out to the side. Inhale, we come back down. So again, those toes angled down and inwards. We find the height of that leg that feels okay. Amazing. If you want, you can add a little pulse in. So as I get to the top of my movement, that's halfway. You can switch here if you need. So as I get to the top of that movement, I can add some movement in, bring that leg up an inch, down an inch. Amazing work. Checking in, rolling those shoulders back and down. Give those fingers a little wiggle, those toes a little wiggle. Often hold tension in through there. Relax that jaw. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get out of there. Again, the double whammy. Okay, team, we are going to come into that, not cardio yet, that balance option. With the optional chest press, I'll do the tandem walk this time. So you can see me doing both options, adding that chest press in if you want. Before we get going, we're gonna give ourselves a nice big shoulder roll, resetting those shoulders down and back. Shoulders love to creep up towards those ears. We're gonna roll them down. Time's on in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So settling in. Maybe you're sticking with that balance or you're sticking with the chest press, one or the other, or you're combining. Challenge of balance is tuning out everything that's going on around you. Maybe there's other noises, other distractions, maybe your music, my voice, all of it, halfway, tuning all of it out and settling in. Nice work, everybody. We've got 10 seconds left here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get out of there. Okay, we are coming into that cardio, our final cardio of the day. So you're either transitioning in right away, as you know the drill now, or I'm starting that timer in 3, 2, 1. Now it's on. You got an extra little second in there on me. Okay, team, final cardio of the day. Choosing what you want. Maybe you're choosing your favorite cardio or your least favorite cardio just to get it in. Awesome. So it's nice to add that upper body in if it feels okay in our cardio, help bring that heart rate up. That is halfway, adjusting as needed. Try and do my combo movement. If you want to stick here with those punches or that quick feed or combination, you decide. 10 seconds to go here, team. Final push of that cardio for the day before we move on to circuit 3. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work, everybody. Round of applause to all of you. And you know what time it is. It's high five time. Circuit 2 is done. 2 high fives, 2 pat on the backs. Incredible, incredible work. Woo, grabbing some water, taking whatever you. All right, so taking your time, catching your heart rate. I am going to demo circuit 3. I will show this from a seated and standing position, so it might take us a little bit longer to get through these demos, and that's okay. It gives you more time to recover and rest in throughout. So my mat flipping around on me. So I'll take us through all variations. Just like circuit 1 and circuit 2, circuit 3 is bringing us 3 exercises. Wherever you are, you don't need any equipment here today. You'll want to bring your water with you. Optional equipment is bringing a band in for our glute bridge. So I'll explain how we can use that here today, but not mandatory. Okay, so taking some time here, we will get started. So first exercise here is dead bug. So if you're on the ground today, I've decided these 3 exercises based on the fact that we're going to stay in one plane. We're not flip-flopping back and forth. The third exercise was highly encouraged by one of my participants. So you know who you are when we get there. Okay, so exercise 1, we are coming into dead bug. So important thing for this one is that low back stays in contact with the mat. So you can work on that pelvic tilt position if that feels good. That low back comes in contact, hands and knees come up to meet. From here, we're moving through opposite arm, opposite leg. But the important piece is that that low back stays in contact with the ground. So it doesn't matter how low or how high the arms and legs go. It's more important that that low back stays in contact with the ground. Okay, with this one, exhale as the arms and legs separate, inhale, we reset. For this one in our seated position, we can come into knee drive here. So we can exhale, bringing knee into chest, inhale, we reset back down and switching here. So if you want, you can bring the hand and knee to meet and reset back down. Next one here we're moving into is glute bridge. So this is where you might want to use a band. If you want, you can bring that band above those knees, but you don't need to use it. I'll put it on so I can show you how you can use it if you want today. So if you are here, our feet about hip distance apart, you can almost touch your heels with those fingers. From here, weight in those heels. We exhale, push those hips up nice and high. Okay, so option one is we inhale to lower, exhale to push up, and you find that pace. Okay, so you can either hold up at the top or you can come back down and reset. Okay, so if you're holding, you can stay here. If you want, option to kick one leg out while keeping those hips nice and high, or you can already come on to one foot and push up. If you want to stick here with the band, option is as we push up, as those knees come up with those hips, we separate those knees and bring them together. So we add a pulse in. So those knees are coming out and in, and then we can lower or we can hold up there. If we are in our seated standing position today, adjust this a little bit, we can come to a glute kickback or a good morning hip hinge. So that hip hinge, just like if you did my warm up before this, we did that in my warm up. Feet hip distance apart or a little wider. We push those hips and glutes straight back. Inhale, we reset back up. Okay, so we push the hips and glutes straight back. So as opposed to a squat where we're coming down, we're pushing straight back and coming up. Other option is coming into a glute kick back. So we did the side leg kick. Glute kick back is we're squaring off to the wall. We come onto one foot, other leg comes straight behind us. We squeeze through the glutes. Inhale, we reset. Okay, so a few options for you folks that are staying standing for those ones. Then we're moving into the final exercise, which is a V-sit. Woohoo! One of my participants highly encouraged me to include the V-sit here today. So a few options for this V-sit. If you have a little ball pillow, I'm actually going to grab my sweater. You can roll that sweater up and put that underneath right by your tailbone. So it gives you additional support. V-sit is we're finding a V angle between our quads and our torso here. So a few options. Option one, feet and hands stay on the ground. You can see I'm bringing a soft bend in through those elbows. Okay, so we can stay here. Maybe you're lifting one foot up or one hand. Option two, hands come up. We can hold on here. We can hold on to those legs. We can also bring the feet up with hands on the ground. If it feels good, hands come onto those legs or out to the side. Okay, you can also shift. One of my favorites is lifting one foot and then resetting. Okay, so you can stick here with that V-sit. If we're working in our seated position today, we're gonna play with our angle. So from the side, we can lower a bit more, hands can come back for support, and we reset back in. Okay, I know that we had the dead bug option of adding that knee drive in, but if you're looking for a little more and want to play around with that as you increase the angle here for the V-sit, you can also try that as well. Alrighty team, we have a fun circuit 3 ahead of us. Feel free to re-listen to any of that if you need. We are going to get started with that dead bug here in a few seconds. So taking a deep breath in and out, time is on in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So that low back in contact if you're on the ground, nice slow control movement. So the more challenging this will be for you is the slower you go. Okay, so maybe you're pausing out here. Inhale, I reset. If you're in that seated position, maybe it feels best to exhale as you add that knee towards the chest. Inhale to reset. Amazing team, that's halfway. Checking in with that low back. You're on the ground, making sure it's nice and firmly pressed to that mat. If you're in that seated position, give those shoulders a big roll back for me. Nice job, 10 more seconds here. Incredible work. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woohoo! Maybe you're bringing those knees to chest or those chest to knees if you are seated. Taking a little stretch here. We are going to get set up for that glute bridge if you're on the ground, or that glute kickback or hip hinge if you are standing. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Time is on. So we had a few variations for that glute bridge. Maybe you take a few seconds to settle in and see how you're feeling today. If you want, you can stay and hold. You can add a kick out in. Nice. So with that hip hinge, again, we're pushing those hips and glutes straight back towards the wall. Nice, great control, team. We are halfway. Looking so strong. If you're on that glute kickback standing, you can add a little squeeze through that glute. Maybe you're adding a pulse. So as you come back to that furthest position, that leg comes up and down a little inch. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Getting out of there. Incredible work. We have one more to go for round 1. That V-sit option to take that pillow, a little ball. Again, I'm using my sweater here. Bring that under for some additional support. You decide. You can also play around here with if you're on the ground, like how I explained in the seated position. So you can lower and come back in here as well. Alrighty, team, give those shoulders a big roll down and back. Deep breath in, out. We are ready. Time is on in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So deciding where you want to be, and if those hands are supporting you here, seated or on the ground, soft bend in through those elbows. Shoulders relaxed. Again, we're playing with that angle between the quads and our upper body. Maybe one leg slowly lifts. Maybe you're playing with coming in and out, halfway, tuning into that breath. Maybe adding a little smile in. I promise it helps. It helps with this V-sit. And breathing. We often want to hold our breath, but that doesn't get us too far. So coming back to that inhale and exhale. We are almost there, team. I promise. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Getting out of there. Woohoo! Taking whatever you need. Awesome work. Round 1 of circuit 3 is done. Giving yourself a big round of applause. Grabbing some water, taking whatever you need. So I encourage you to bring your water to wherever you are if you don't have to get up and move around, but maybe you want to give your body a little shake out. Just like we did for circuit 1 and 2, I encourage you to check in and see how you're feeling right now. If you want to try for another round of circuit 3, feel free to stick on with the video. If you want to end it here, move into your stretching. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out one of our stretching videos. And maybe you want to try 1 or 2 of the exercises. You can pick and choose. That's kind of the lovely thing about doing these classes. Okay, team, are we ready? Woohoo! Yeah, we are. You got this. I believe in all of you. Okay, we are going to move into our dead bug here. So getting set up. Time is on in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So again, focusing that nice slow control movement wherever you are. Looking strong. On the ground, again, we find that low back in contact with the ground. Doesn't matter how low or how high those arms and legs are, like I said in the demo. It's really with that low back contact. Okay, that's halfway. If you want to come back and work on that pelvic tilt, so that's when we're bringing that natural arch into our spine, then rotating to bring that low back to the ground. You stay right here. That's perfect. Or if you want to stick right here and practice that low back in contact with the ground, you stay right there. That's perfect. We're almost done, team. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Woohoo! Maybe we're bringing those knees chest or the chest to knees for a little stretch. And getting ourselves set up for that glute bridge. And if you're standing, that glute kickback or that hip hinge. Alrighty, we will get going here in 3, 2, 1. Time is on. So wherever we are, checking in with what we need. If you're on that glute kickback standing position, you're either switching halfway, if that's what you did last time, or switching to that other leg Again, that's going to be one where you're feeling it in both that working leg and that supporting leg, or glute, I should say. Awesome work. We are halfway. If you're in that hip hinge movement from standing, also feeling that in through the hamstrings, in through the backs of your legs there. So if it feels better to bring a bit more of a slight bend into those knees for the hip hinge, you do that. So strong, team. Less than 10 seconds to go. Final push for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work getting out of there, giving yourself a little shakeout. We're going to move into that final exercise, V-sit. Woohoo. Alrighty. Getting set up. You know the drill. Shoulders down and back. Deep breath in, out. Smile on your face. We got this. Time's on. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So finding what you need, where that support is needed. Awesome job. You got this. You're already 10 seconds in. That's incredible. Time is flying. Alrighty. Again, check in with that breath. What do you need here? We got 25 seconds to go. We are halfway. How can you make this easier or harder for yourself? What do you need right now? We are almost there. 15 seconds to go. Incredible. So proud of all of you, team, for showing up, for working, giving it your all. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work, everybody. Round of applause. Just like that, we are done. Circuit number 3. That's 3 high fives, 3 pat on the backs. Incredible, incredible work. Feel free to grab some water, take whatever you need. This will conclude the workout portion, but we do highly encourage you to come into a stretch. So you can check out some of our other stretching videos that we do have posted on our YouTube channel. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to work out with me today. Thank you all for listening to your bodies moving in a way that felt good for you today. I loved getting to spend my time with all of you. Feel free to check out one of our other videos and get a nice stretch in because you deserve it. Amazing work, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you in another video soon.